Hello lovelies, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Katie and I am the owner of a small crochet business called Floofy Loop, where I create basically small little things out of a potato shaped form and just make cute things basically. This video is going to be me looking back over the last 6 months of this year, so January to June, and see how I am doing within the business. I want to try and keep this video a little bit short and sweet because, I mean, whilst I personally, when I looked at the stats, was like, oh my god, I've done so well. There's a little bit that I want to catch up on and just, generally have a little bit of a chit chat. So if you're not after sitting watching someone gas at you for about 15-20 minutes, this probably isn't the video for you, so please go and check out one of my other ones. In terms of the stats that I did last year, I did a total of 32 sales for the entire year. So not too bad. That was technically my third kind of full year in business. It's going to be my 4th birthday for Floofy Loop next year in April, which I admittedly forget every single year. I have put it in my calendar this time so I can remember it. But yeah, generally last year it wasn't too bad. Working full time, obviously, with a small little business. Basically, I was just creating things that I thought people would think were cute and put them out there, and then occasionally people will buy them. I did do craft fairs last year, which did very well, but yeah, this year it's definitely a lot better. There's a fly in my room. Where did it go? Okay, if you see a fly at any point, I'm so sorry. I don't know. It's come in one of the open windows because it's 27 degrees here. It's bloody warm. Your girl doesn't do warm weather, so that's probably why I'm looking a bit warm. But that's because it's 27 degrees. I generally don't tend to do very well in temperatures above like 24. So anything above that, no, it's not for me, thank you. Go away. Those kinds of temperatures are for on holiday when you have cool beverages and a nice pool. I don't have a pool here. I have a fan that is now whistling because it's been on constantly for 2 weeks. So yeah, apologies, sidetrack there. But in terms of looking at the stats for this year, I just had a little glance over and I wasn't really sure how kind of in-depth people would really maybe want me to go. These are the stats from my Etsy first that I have done, as I said, in the first 6 months of this year. It's a little easier to pull up the stats. So I've written down a couple of stats here on my trusty note. This is Artie Fox's notepad. So for visits to my Etsy store, that has gone up by 45%, and I'm pleased to say everything has gone up this year. So pretty chuffed with that. Yeah, visits are up 45%, so they are currently at 558. The orders are up 177%. Madness. 177%. That's because so far from January to June, I have taken 36 orders, which is already 4 more than last year. So considering the fact that I'm kind of going into a bit of a quiet period right now, Christmas is still kind of going to hit, or I suppose autumn a little bit as well, but Christmas is going to hit. So kind of keeping my fingers crossed that we can get over, I want to aim for 50, but I try not to put myself like in like bigger goals, I think, because that's not something I can control. And I've learned that from watching a lot of other small businesses, is there's certain goals that you shouldn't set yourself. So like figure goals are like saying like, oh, I want to hit this and I want to hit that. And for me, I think for how my brain works, that's useful for me. Like, no shame on anyone if they want to hit a certain amount of orders. I mean, good, that's amazing. Like, good for you. But for my brain, that kind of is a bit detrimental if I don't hit it, because the spicy brain just goes, okay, you didn't hit that number, you're a bit shit, so can you just maybe not do any more of this and just give up? So yeah, it doesn't really work. The conversion rate is up by 91%. So my conversion rate is now 6.5, which is actually, I believe, quite high in terms of like conversion rates. Usually people have it around like 2 or 3. So I'm aware that's probably going to fluctuate quite a lot because we're going through a quiet period, but that's not a problem. And then in terms of revenue, that has gone up by 137%. Compared to the first 6 months of last year to this 6 months, all of those percentages are pretty damn high. The lowest percentage is 45%. So, and that's just for visits. So everything else is nearly 100 and over. So I'm going to take that. So yeah, revenue at the moment is standing at 600, Jesus Christ, I wish it was that much. £362 and 65 pence. So very happy with that. That's fabulous. Like, obviously fees come out of that, but it's okay. I can understand that. It's not a problem. So in terms of the markets that I've done this year, I have so far done 3 markets, and I have got 5 more markets planned right at the end of the year. So it's going to be a really busy end of my year. But yeah, I've done 3 markets so far. One of which, if you've seen my previous vlogs, you'll know my first one of this year didn't make a single bean. So I did make a loss on that one, unfortunately. However, the next 2 markets, so the one that I did at the Northampton Museum and Art Gallery, and then the one that I did in Wingrave for my friend's pop-up cafe, those 2 very lucrative. I basically made pretty much about the same as what I've made on Etsy with those 2 craft fairs. So I've made £369 and 22 pence. So I've got to say, it's looking pretty good. So currently at the moment, I'm looking at 730 odd quid, like give or take a few pounds, from Etsy and my craft fairs. That's absolutely crazy, considering the fact that I don't even know what I made last year. I can probably find out, and I can probably put it somewhere over here. But yeah, if I don't, that's because I was lazy and I didn't do it, so I'm really sorry. But I'm going to take that. That's, for 6 months in a business, I'll take that. That's good. Considering the fact that I basically have gone through, so this is a little bit reason why some of my content has been a bit kind of rubbish over the last couple of months. I have just been made redundant. So I am currently unemployed, or will be as of the 31st of July. If anyone's looking to hire an excellent admin person, please let me know. Yeah, it was a bit of a surprise and kind of not a surprise at the same time. I've kind of think I've got over like the hump of it now. And yeah, because I've been off the last couple of months with my mental health, basically trying to fix myself back to being a kind of, I don't know, regular functioning human. And I believe I'm most of the way there. So that's a positive. I'm definitely feeling the joy a little bit more, which is good. But obviously, yeah, now technically I'm unemployed and I have a mortgage to pay. So your girl needs to hustle a little bit. Now, I don't think I'm one of those girls that you see on socials where they go, oh, I've just been made redundant, I'm going to go all in. I don't believe in myself enough to do that. Purely because of how my brain is working at the moment, I just physically don't think I am capable of being able to rely on my business to pay my mortgage. I don't have any kind of footing, I think, to be able to, like, actively, you know, just rely on my business. Couldn't think of words there, I'm sorry. The brain just is still warm. The aim at the moment is, if I can, I'm looking to potentially get a part-time job. So that was kind of always one of the things that I wanted to do, was get a part-time job, so that I then still had money coming in for the mortgage, pay my car and food, you know, because apparently you need food to live in this cost of living crisis. But generally, yeah, I wanted to have a bit more flexi time to be able to work on my business. And I have actually been doing that a little more over the last couple of months. So there are things here and there that I've come up with. I did take basically all of June off. May, yeah, I kind of did a couple of bits, but I was broken. I couldn't function in May. And June, I gave myself permission to just take actual time off and just generally look after myself, which I've done. And funnily enough, that works. So yeah. At the moment, it's kind of gone a little quiet on my Etsy store, and this is not me going, I please need you to buy things because now I'm poor. That's not the case. Basically, my brain is kind of now working again. When I tell you I have a gazillion ideas going through my head, there's currently 3 different things that I'm working on. 4 if you include the fact that I'm still trying to get the Dumpy Bird pattern out, which I will never be able to do. For some reason, that seems to just be taking me a really long time. I'm hoping that it will be good things for the business. I also now function enough to be able to make content again. So I am currently working on the next actual vlog. Also, I am doing a challenge as well. So look forward to those. And yeah, if you want to see them, please subscribe. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope this was insightful in some kind of way, but I appreciate you being here. So yeah, I'll see you guys soon. Bye.